Welcome back. Last time we successfully added an overworld sprite to the game, but we didn't assign her a new script. Today, we'll be making and adding a battle script for her to use. To start off, we have to assign her the new script value before we make it. Open the overworld file that the NPC is on. In our example, it's file 125. Then do the same method as the last video to figure out which hex we have to change. Since we are no longer using the script that the young boy uses, which is script 1, we will have to assign her script 3. Script 2 is used by the lady, so yeah, that's why we're using script 3. As you can see, we only made one change to the file, which was just replacing one hex with another. That means that we don't have to fiddle around with the header, so everything is good to go. Go ahead and save the file and get rid of the window. Just like the last video, we're going to have to reinsert the edited overworld file back into the overworld narc. Using ppNFR, we can do this. So in this example, we're reinserting file 125, and we pick file 125. Now that we've defined our NPC to use script 3, we actually have to define what script 3 is. Going back to this movie, we can see that our display tells us at the bottom right corner that the script file used on this map is 224. Now, where exactly is script 224? We're going to have to extract more narcs at this point with Nitro Explorer 2B. Since we want a customized message when we talk to the NPC, we're going to have to edit the text. This is in A003, so pull that one out and it's story text. Next, we're going to want to pull out the script narc, which is A056 in black and white 2. We're going to name this scripts.narc. Now that we have our script narc, we have to extract all the scripts that are inside of it. So with editor.exe, we're going to have to extract everything just like last time. Just click the checkbox and extract all. This will make the new folder with all the scripts inside. Now we're going to have to open up the script that the map uses, which was, in our example, script 224. So we're going to find it, open it up in our hex editor, and whoa, hold on. Let's first go over the structure of a script file. There's a header, and then there's data, and something that tells you when to stop reading the header is 13FD. 13FD is basically a stop reading. So there's pointers at the beginning of a script file. They are 4 bytes long, and they point to a script that starts later in the script file. So if you highlight right after the script, the certain length that the pointer tells you to, you will point directly to the start of the script. Here's an example script file which kind of illustrates how you point to a start of a script. So 06 points to the 2E, and the 1E points to another 2E. So 2E is an instruction to lock everything and start a script. For our actual script file, let's go ahead and show that 24 bytes after the pointer is the start of the second script, since I kind of just showed you how to do the first one while I was talking about the other one. So the ultimate question is, after we've pointed to the data, what does the data mean? So what does 2E and all the data afterwards mean? Well, it's basically a machine instruction on certain commands that it pulls off. So you lock everything and then you do a script. I've put a lot of work into implementing all these commands into npre. So we're going to open up this program, which I've included, and it doesn't matter which ROM you open, but let's open our hacked ROM that we're hacking and let it load. we're going to navigate to A056, right click it, and then we're going to open it as a script narc. We're going to navigate now to script 224, and we can see that this program parses all the script data and tells us what the script does. So let's kind of go over what the boy script does. So first you lock everything and play a sound. Then you start to display a message after you face the player. Once we've progressed through the message, we're going to wait for a button press, and once we've pressed a button, we're going to dismiss the message, wait a moment, unlock everything, and end the script. So it's a pretty simple script. And battle scripts are a little bit more complex, so it's going to be a little bit of a shock at first sight, but I'll explain it. So now for practice, let's go ahead and isolate the boy's script so we can just see how it works ourselves rather than rely on the program. So let's go ahead and isolate all the data, open up a new notepad just so we can not use a hex editor, paste it in, and let's go ahead and separate it out into lines of instructions. So we've got 2E, lock everything, A6, play a sound, 7-4, which is face the player, 3D for playing a message, which is message 0, 3-2 for wait a moment, on key press, 3E, dismiss message, 3-0 for wait a moment, 3F, unlock everything, and end, 0-2. So that's pretty much paralleled to exactly what the program prints out. So it's kind of pretty simple, 16-bit instructions. Yeah, that's how it works. So let's go ahead and close out of the script window that NPRE shows. And now we're going to do our battle script for Skyla. So now what we're going to do, I've already pre-written the script, but let's just go ahead and see what we're going to do for a battle. So first we're going to lock all, face the player, play a sound, do a message, pop a yes, no, so just ask, do you want to battle? Yeah? No? Okay. And depending on their response, we're going to have to branch out in different directions. So it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book. Since this is probably still confusing, I've got a little figure, well, a couple screenshots of what I plan the event to be. So we're going to start off with a, hey, you want to battle? Yes, no. And depending on our response, we're going to have to branch out to different areas. So if we say yes, we're going to battle. If not, we're going to say, oh, okay, and end the script. After the battle, if we said yes, we're going to end the battle. Once the battle's over, we'll thank them for the battle and end the script. To elaborate further, let's just go show the different paths that one can take with this script. We've copied the image, and let's go and show it in Paint, and let's just go over the paths that we can take. So yes goes one way, no goes another. So this just shows an ideal script, but let's go show it in the actual written out script that I've already done. So we go ahead and open up a new copy of Paint, and we can just start drawing the paths that we can take through this script. So as you can see, there's two decision points as I'm now highlighting. The first one is if you want to battle or not. If you say yes, you're going to go one way, and if you say no, you're going to go the other. And also, the other one is at the battle. So depending on if you win or lose the battle, you can have one outcome or another outcome. So that's just pretty much how a script works. So you kind of have to think in some sort of logical progression, going from A to B or A to C, and follow your own path. So it's pretty much exactly like those choose your own adventure books. So you're probably wondering how on earth I came up with this script already. Well, it's pretty easy. So you kind of think on how the script's going to progress, you name your commands that you think you're going to use, and then you look up the commands that you're going to use. Lock all, 2E, next you have face player, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I've already converted it to the hex form. So I've already converted the entire script to hex form, but there's a little bit of a problem that we have to address. All these go-tos and those are going to have to be pointed to. So they're essentially pointers where we're going to have to jump from one to the next. So right after the pointer, you got to count up how many hex you're going to have to jump over. For the first jump, for our decision on if we're going to say yes or no, we're going to actually decide or figure out how many we're going to have to jump over. And we're going to select how far we're jumping, and it's not 4D, it's actually 47, or hex 47. So we're going to change that, and that should be our finished script. Now that our script is finished, we can paste it in at the end of the original script file. Now, we actually have to insert a new pointer. Now we want the total file size to be divisible by 4, so since we have 2 so far, just add in 2 zeros to make the file size divisible by 4. To point the third script to the script that we wrote. Problem is, there's no pointer there. We only have 2 pointers to begin with. So we're going to have to press the insert key on our keyboard and insert in 4 new bytes of data. Now we're going to select how much we have to point to. So we're pointing hex 38 forward to our new script. And hold on, we forgot two things. The pointers have to be pointing to their script that we're using. So the first script, we added 4 bytes in between. We have to actually fix it now. So we should really just add 4 bytes. And the next one we're going to have to add 4 bytes again because we also shifted everything 4 bytes further down the line by adding the pointer. So we can just go ahead and check to see that the 2 pointers point to their original locations, and that is it for the script file. At this point, just minimize everything and close out of your emulator. Now, since we're finished with the script file, we actually have to insert the text lines. We're going to open up PPTXT to the text file that we had. Go ahead and open up the story text narc and navigate to the text file that we're using for the game. Oops, I forgot. We didn't note that one down, so let's go ahead and go back into the emulator and see which text file that the game is actually using. So at the bottom right corner, we can see that the game uses script file 131. So Yeah, you can kind of see a preview on what I had. I was testing it out last night. I have a save state. But just ignore what you see. Go ahead and navigate to file 131 or whichever file you're editing, and you can see that the text is here. This is the text that this map uses. Now I'm going to go ahead and explain why I used lines D, E, F, and 10 for our script. If we go ahead and count starting at 0, so trading sweethearts, that line is line 0. Go ahead and count each line. You'll count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C. Count in hex. So there's a total of 13 lines that are used. That's C lines are used. So we're going to have to add these 4 lines. There's a problem though. PPTXT can't add lines. What we can do is insert a blank text file that I will provide, and with that we can then insert our extra lines, because the blank text file will have like 600 or so lines you can edit. So we're going to make a copy of the current text, put it in Notepad, and then we're going to insert a blank text file to overwrite 131 with ppnfr. Once we've done that, go ahead, reopen PPTXT, and then we're going to navigate back to 131. You can see, oh, it's blank. Go ahead and paste back in the text that we've backed up, and now we can add in our own text. So I'm going to write in 4 lines according to how I planned out the event. Now that I've done that, we have successfully edited the text. So I go ahead, save the text, save the narc, and I'm done editing my text. What we didn't do was add our script file back into the script narc, so go ahead and use ppnfr to insert back in your script file. Now that we're done with everything, we have 3 files that we have to reinsert, so what we have to do is reinsert them back into their proper place. First, we insert the text file, the story text narc, back into A003. Next comes the script file, which we put back in A056. Then we put in the overworld narc into A126. Once we've reinserted all of them back into their proper place, the ROM is done. We can go ahead and go in game to see all of our changes. After we've done all of that hard work, we know that she's assigned script 3, which is a battle script, so let's go ahead, make a save state, then talk to her. And it's exactly how we planned it. So, if we say no, she'll say, oh, okay. If we say yes, She'll say, yeah, and then we'll battle. After the battle is over, she'll say a parting message, and that's it. So congratulations, you've added a customized script to your game on a inserted custom NPC. So feel free to experiment with different scripts. So use NPRE to see how you do scripts and how other scripts work, especially battling wild Pokemon or just movement scripts, and you'll become a much better scripter that way. Just feel free to try certain stuff. And yeah, that's the end of the tutorial. Go ahead and check NPRE, open up your ROM, and check out your script that you inserted. You can kind of see how it all worked out. Alright, that's the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching for these 22 minutes. Happy hacking!